Yo, what is up everyone? So today we're going to be talking about why your guns won't save you. So this is going to be more directed at my American brothers and sisters, because I have people in particular in my family that tend to enjoy and dibble dabble in the appreciation of guns and ammo and things like this, America, right? They appreciate the Second Amendment. So it's kind of funny now that I'm thinking about it. A lot of them don't even really use their guns actually that much. Like one of them does hunt, but the other ones, they kind of just store them in their safe and you know, I guess collect them. I don't know. It's, to me, I don't get it why you would want to collect guns and just never use them. Like if you're hunting, okay, that makes sense. But anyways, a lot of people that I've talked to about this say that the Second Amendment, right, is there to protect you against a tyrannical government, which makes sense. A populace with, you know, some better form of fighting back rather than having like machetes or bats or something like that makes sense, right? You have guns, they're projectiles, pretty quick, accurate, right? So it makes sense. The problem is where people say that that's the reason why that you're supposed to have guns is, do you really think if there's a tyrannical government though, you're actually going to be able to stop them? So I'll make my first point. My first point is, who out of all of you is going to rise up and actually go against the government or a tyrannical government, right? And now some of you are thinking, well, I totally will. I definitely will, because I got the balls to do it, right? But do you really? A lot of you guys have families. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself for your family and leave them behind? Are you really able and wanting to do that? The answer for most of you is probably going to be no, and completely understandable, because why would you, one, want to die, first off? Second off, leave your family without someone, right? And then two or three, why would you also want to not be around your family any longer, right? It really doesn't make any sense to me. Second point on that though is who in the group and who all is going to be leading this operation, and who's going to be coordinating it and all the logistics and things like this, right? Now some people would say, well, we have friends that we know that are from the military, or they're retired veterans, or used to be in the military for a little bit, right? And maybe some of their logistics and their expertise and all this would be very useful, but you always have to worry about a CIA agent or some other agent from the government or a police officer actually infiltrating your operation, right? So yeah, just with that alone, I think there's pretty much going to be no way that you're going to be able to tell, especially if you have a big operation. And yeah, it could easily get sabotaged. You could get SWAT teamed, things like this. But yeah, the main point that I want to drive home is a lot of you have a lot more to lose on a personal level than the government does. So the government and the people who run the government, they have peons, which is the military, and the police officers, essentially the slaves who protect them and take care of what they want in society, right? And what they want to happen. So they really have nothing to lose, right? Like, it's the same saying that goes where the politicians will send your sons to war, but they won't send their own sons to war, right? It's been like that forever. Like the king, why would the king send his own son? I mean, there were kings that did that, but that wouldn't always, a lot of the time, I feel like a lot of times that wasn't the case. I don't even really know, I don't know the history behind it, but I feel like a lot of these shows portray that all the time. But the thing is, like, you'd be really hesitant to do that. At least you would be really hesitant to send, like, if you had like 2 sons, you would definitely not send two of your sons out to fight, right? Because you need someone to like succeed you, like to rule the throne, right? Doesn't make any sense. And if you're the king, why would you go out to battle when you could just have other people do it? Like, you like living, right? You got a good life. I mean, you're the king, literally. Like, you run the whole kingdom and you got like whatever concubine and food you want and all these other things, right? So yeah, that's one thing. Is the reason why I say that people's guns won't save them is because you have way more to lose going against the government than the government does have going against you. They also have, like I said, SWAT team, armored cars, riot shields. They have tanks, helicopters. I mean, there's all types of snipers, right? A lot of people probably don't have, yeah. And you're gonna be cooped up where? Up in a house or something? They're gonna know exactly where you are. They have thermal, like heat radar. I mean, they have everything, right? So, yeah, in reality, when something like that does happen, if there were some kind of tyrannical government and there was a push for revolution or something like this, it wouldn't even really work. So this is exactly why I was saying your guns won't help you. Also, the government knows like everyone who has guns. So like, let's say for example, there was a portion of your city that you, like where you lived, like you were like your quarter or whatever, your neighborhood, the government would have information on all the people who have weapons in that neighborhood and like what they have. So yeah, they have way more information on you than you have, and they also have way better combat gear as well too. They have body armor, things like this, helmets, right? I mean, it's the military, right? If they just came in with the Coast Guard, military, whatever. So pardon me. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if I had I don't really know if I had another point besides that, because yeah, you love your family, right? You're not gonna just sacrifice yourself for that. And then who's gonna plan it? I mean, a lot of people that I talk to, they kind of just like stay here and do the same thing over and over again. They might camp or whatever, but I mean, you still got to make a living. There's all these things that like you got to do, and people are like so damn busy half the time that they can barely even, like, they pretty much go out to dinner and that's like their trip for the week or whatever. I mean, you have like so many people who, I don't know, maybe they go to Hawaii like once every 4 or 5 years or something like that, you know what I mean, or 3 years, whatever, which is, I mean, it's not bad, like every 3 years, but it's like they do like one thing maybe a year, and then the rest of the time they're, you know, family, going to church, maybe meeting up for dinner, whatever, things like this. So it's like, you're telling me that these people are going to, well, that's another thing too with the cough situation of 2020, right? You had people who were even taking the pokey poke in the arm to not lose their job. So you think, and there's some of these same people that did that were the same people who are like, oh yeah, I'm super Republican, I don't like the government and all these other things, but then they like had to take it to keep their job or to like go visit someone, like their kid who was in the military, like just to go see their kid. They had to take the pokey poke, 2020 pokey poke in the arm, dude. Like, and you're telling me that you are the same person who's gonna rise up against the government and then organize all these people, and what are you gonna do, stand out there with your weapon? And then like, what is it, like 70% of Americans are obese, and then the military also has like robots, AI, and drones and things like this. Like, dude, what are you, like, these people can't even run like a quarter of a mile. Like they can't even run like 100 meters. And I'm not even talking about like running, I'm talking like jogging. Like, bro, what? It's just, to me, it's just so delusional. I don't know, man. Yeah, like these people, they can like barely even do anything physical, but yet they're gonna have the capabilities to fend off these people who are actually like in the military and keep themselves in shape and things like this. Like, come on, bro. Literally, it's just, now that I'm thinking about all these extra things, like, it just makes me think even more like just how absolutely delusional these people are. And like I said, one of them in particular, he does go hunting, so he probably is like a pretty good shot at least, but he's like he's not only just like obese, he's like very obese. Just, yeah, it's crazy, man. The world that we live in, and like half the time, the way people think and just the delusion, it's actually wild to me that I'm like really sitting here thinking this. So anyways, also, yeah, like what would they do about food and all that stuff? Like holding out in an area, or yeah, I don't even know. Like they could literally just get starved out too. Damn obese Americans. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Get outside, enjoy the sun, and yeah, peace out. Till next time.